Hello, I'm Sid, and welcome to the drill press safety instructional video. This lesson will cover how to use it, what you need, and the safety, so you can safely handle it. Alright, so first we'll go over what you need. So, if you look here, if you're using a drill press, you probably want to make holes, right? This is probably the safest way to create holes without using this, because this is very risky, and also it's not as accurate for cutting metal or plastic. So here we have clamps. These are the longer clamps for each of the edges. So if you want to clamp your metal or plastic, if you have a bigger sheet like this, if you have a bigger sheet like this, you clamp it on both sides so it doesn't move. And then if you're using a smaller piece and these can't reach it, like if I did this, it doesn't reach, right? It doesn't reach. So I actually have to use a C-channel that's long enough so it can actually be held on by both sides. That is just some of the ways to clamp it to make sure that you're securing your pieces. And now we'll go over the safety on what you need to actually do it. So before using the drill press, we're going to need a face shield, and we're actually not going to be using gloves like we are with the Dremel. The reason why is because if you have gloves on and you are touching the piece like this with gloves on, and you accidentally barely graze this, it'll actually get stuck into to wrap around the bit, and then it's not fun, so do not do that. And now we're gonna go over how to change the drill bit and how to angle it and kind of move it around so your the drill bit always goes through. If you see over here. So the drill bit always goes through one of these 3 holes that we have. Alright, so to change it, we use a chuck key. This is called a chuck. You insert the chuck into one of these 3 holes, and we turn clockwise to tighten and counterclockwise to loosen. So if you make sure you're holding the bit as well so it doesn't fall off. So now we loosen that, and then make sure the drill bit is nice and snug, or else it'll fall out and actually probably curve and mess up your bit. So make sure it's straight, like this. Make sure it's straight and doesn't wiggle. Alright, so we're gonna be cutting a hole in this gigantic piece of polycarbonate. So let's clamp it down using these on both sides. Alright, now the pieces are moved, right? That's good. And then now I'm gonna teach you how to angle it and move the bedding so you can adjust the height. If you come over here, if you loosen this by going counterclockwise, that releases this part right here that allows you to move it up and down. If it's tightened, it won't move, but if it's loosened, it'll actually let you move it. So if you come over here, this is the shaft, the crankshaft to raise the drill bed or drill press bed, and then lower it. So that's a pretty decent height. And make sure, let's say I have a marking here, but before you turn off the machine, make sure you check it first, and then make sure you check that the drill bit is hitting the marker.
Move your hand. Just move your hand, just visible.
Yeah, so let's say I have a marking right there. If it's off by a bit, we can slightly move the bed by either rotating it left and right or moving the actual piece itself. So let's say I have a hole right there. And now we will tighten it. After we finalize everything, we will tighten it. And then now we can get to drilling a hole. So to turn on the machine, we will flip this lever up, and then the machine will start going. And to turn it off, we will flick it down. If you flick the switch and it's on, but this part doesn't move, kind of like spin it a little bit, and then it should turn on. But after it starts rotating, don't touch it anymore. So we'll just simply drill a hole.
Yeah. What can I do for you? You said yeah.
Just like that, I made a hole with the drill press.
I will be doing what?
Nice. After you're done, make sure to clean up the station by vacuuming.